Stop beating yourself up about not getting the most out of the habit that you just started, about not optimizing this new habit that you just started. I made an important realization that I want to share with you today that changed how I frame everything about my habits. Let me rewind. I've been trying to get back into meditation. I really want to not be so affected by my emotions and build more self discipline and do the things that I need to do that I don't necessarily want to do. I feel like that's a core pillar to building a happy and fulfilled life and building wealth in this journey. So I've been using this app called Medito. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. So, totally free to use, run by a nonprofit organization, I believe, so free forever, run by volunteers. And I keep getting frustrated that I'm not seeing the progress that I want to. I keep doing these meditation sessions where I feel like I'm going through thoughts more than I'm being present and just following my breath. And I'm frustrated that I'm not seeing this progress. I'm not seeing the results that I want. I want to meditate consistently and just be totally present in the present moment. But I had this epiphany the other day, and I realized I started to see my habits in two different lights and two different stages. There's stage one, which is just building the consistency of the habit. And there's stage two, which is building the intentionality, the growth of the results of the habit. So in stage one, nothing else matters besides just showing up, just going through the motions, just showing up to meditate every day, whether it's 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. It doesn't matter. The thing that matters is just showing up every single day. But in stage two, the real gains come from the intentionality, come from the discomfort, come from the growth of doing the habit. And so intentionality in stage two is more important than just going through the motions. So after the habit is built, only then I can focus on the effectiveness of the session. How many times did I bring my focus back to the breath rather than just sitting there having thoughts go through my mind, and maybe one or two times I go back to the present moment. And so the objective of this is to make an important distinction in our goal and to get out of our own way in the beginning of building that new habit. Because for me, I want to meditate for the rest of my life. I want these habits to be sustainable for the rest of my life. And so it's important that I build that consistency early on. And once that consistency is built, then we start to grow, because we need that foundation of showing up and building the habit first. So you might be asking, okay, there are two stages. Can't we have both? And the worry here is that you stop too soon to see the actual results of the habit. That, what if you stop? Then something is better than nothing, right? If meditating for 3 minutes every day is better than zero. Doing that habit and just going through the motions is better than stopping. And so the worry is we're trying to, my framing here is, how can we mitigate the downside? Another question you might be asking is, are you saying that it's okay to just coast and not have goals, set high, a high bar that we want to achieve? And my answer is no. And this is actually an important point. It's an important distinction. My point is, in the early stages, don't beat yourself up for just going through the motions. But that said, if you've developed the habit, then it's no longer okay to just go through the motions. That discomfort, the intentionality, the growth of doing the habit is what is going to make us improve and get better. And so there is a point at which just going through the motions is no longer acceptable. Let me give you another example. So I spend a lot of time in coffee shops, and I've developed a new habit of going to coffee shops and working from maybe 7:30 until around noon. I've developed this new habit of going there, and that is my space to work and think and be focused. And so I've done this for just over a year now. And so I've built up enough evidence for me, factual evidence that I can point to say, this is a habit that I've built. And so now I'm focused on squeezing the juice of that focus time. I actually made a blog post, and there was a daily V as well about, I did this 80-20 analysis of my time that I spend in coffee shops working, and my kind of focus time, and trimming down the things that were not as helpful to moving the moving the needle towards my goals, and focusing on the big things. I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. But my point is, the reason I did that, and the reason that I feel okay with that analysis of, let me see if what is actually working, what do I need to double down on? The reason I feel okay about that is because I won't stop if I tweak something or change something. I won't stop the habit. And so doing the thing, doing the action, doing the habit is no longer the problem. For me, the problem is, how do I get the most out of this? And so there's an important distinction there. So my question for you is, if you've just started a new habit, if you're working on developing a new habit, if it's not ingrained in your routines and behavior yet, if you feel like you're beating yourself up like I was for not squeezing the juice and getting the most out of that time, out of seeing the results that you want, my question for you is, are you focused on building the consistency of that habit? Or are you already consistent? Do you already have the evidence that it's built into your routine, it's built into your systems, it's built into your behavior, that now it's not a problem of consistency, it's a problem of intentionality and growing? And so I feel like this realization of two stages of building the consistency first, and then building the intentionality and the improving, the growth, the discomfort second, after the foundation has been laid for that consistency. I feel like that framing is really important for us, for those who are building those new habits that want to last, a lifetime. Like meditation, for me, I want to be meditating for the rest of my life. So I hope this was valuable for you. I hope you could take something away from it, maybe apply to your own life, your own habits. If you did, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.